Alright guys, we are at Monday, week 3, November 1997, and the last episode consisted of Vince talking about Brett screwed Brett, Val Venus making open challenge, beat the clock with Mankind, and Ahmed Johnson drawing because of Kane interfering and beating the shit out of both of them, Ken Shamrock ultimately winning, and a little bit of an upset against Triple H, William Regal hitting Allison after talking trash to him, and Stone Cold drawing with The Rock. We beat WCW last week. They had a net 79, so we're at a score of WWF 17, WCW 12. Last episode ended abruptly when I was talking about Owen Hart and his status with the company, saying it's unknown, but coming from Montreal Screwjob, him, Bulldog, and Brett are going to be cheered a lot more. Definitely Owen and Brett, I think. I don't think Bulldog as much, but I think Owen would gain a lot of sympathy if he stayed with WWF. So we'll see. What else was I going to say? Let's just kick it off. Here the show starts off with Ken Shamrock HBK contract signing. HBK tries to attack Shamrock, and Shamrock gets the upper hand, puts HBK in the ankle lock, and this is done to make him look strong as possible, as he's not super over right now, but we want him to be. Following that, we get Allison vs. William Regal from last week's episode, continuing that story. Here William Regal cheats to defeat Al Snow, and he just cheats to win. Going forward, we get Val Venus make another open challenge, which is accepted by Goldust. Venus rolls up Goldust to get the win here. I think it's a good way for Val to get a win over a guy pretty popular in Goldust, who's been floundering a little bit as a face, just as much as he was in real life. Following that, Eddie Guerrero challenges Triple H to the match, European title match, and for next week's episode of Raw. Triple H accepts. And then following that, Ahmed Johnson and D'Lo Brown are in action, taking on Mark Mara and Mike Barton, and they pick up the win. Red Warrior Hawk was on commentary. This is done just to show Nation as a good force in tag team division. Following that, Stone Cold challenges The Rock. The Rock declines, and he challenges The Rock to a match for an Intercontinental title. The Rock just declines. I think that's like a good way to set up something I want to do next week. Here, Mankind and Kane come to a heat confrontation. Kane just stares down Mankind a bit, and Kane backs off before they start fighting. Like, he does that thing out of the ropes where he lands on his feet. And then Ken Shamrock defeats X-Pac with the submission ankle lock. And once again, making him look strong as possible, getting him over. Like, pushing him hard as like WWE pushes Roman Reigns, because you want him cheered, you want him to be considered main eventer by the time the In Your House DX appears. And then Shawn attacks Ken after the match, before Shawn's match with Road Warrior Animal, and I wasn't expecting this good of a rating. I figured Shamrock and X-Pac wouldn't have a good rating, so I threw this in there because I figured maybe. And then HBK defeats Animal with a handful of tights. Pretty much, I need a good rating here. Since Brett's gone, Shawn's my number one, and so I had to use him as such. The match really put me over the top for a good rating here, beating a norm of 80 to 83 range. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go through and find my average shows. I wonder if I can do that. And don't worry about this. This is when I signed This is how I signed Bret Hart and British Bulldog. I just signed Bret for WCW, so I took over his fish off, and signed Bulldog and Bret because they wouldn't. And I'm just gonna auto book this. Here, I'll show you. And we're not gonna count this week. So we'll just assistant booker. We'll do 1-on-1. We'll do an opener. 212 lower card, 101 mid card, 212 mid card, and then with their 3-on-3 mid card, upper mid card, another 101 mid card, main event, 2 main event. Wow, we still need, oh yeah, their times for shows are very, I forgot. Don't worry, I'm not even counting this as a thing. And then here, let's find which one's gonna be best rating. Probably this one. This is gonna be Bret Hart's debut. And let's just do. Yeah, let's put Bret in Hollywood. And a huge. So you don't want them to be punished. Alright, let's cut this. This one's taking long. I'm gonna leave that. Fuck Alex Wright. Sorry, Chavito. Alright, and then let's put. I think heat confrontations are good just because, you know, these guys are over. And Booker T. That'd be an interesting match. Alright, I'm gonna skip forward and I'll show you that. Alright, so they have a show rating 80. No storylines right now because I took over for them. It's whatever. That's why I got punished. But their show is better than mine. I mean, look at their last 6 segments. But we're not counting that one, so it's still gonna be, I believe, 17 WWF, 12 WCW. Alright, and then for this episode of highlighting, I like guys from ECW who I think I could sign eventually. Bubba Ray Dudley and D1 Team 3D. Probably I'm gonna sign them this time next year, and then put them developmental for, I don't know, 3 to 4 months. Sign them after, bring them up after WrestleMania 15. Jeff Hardy was signed there. The loyal thing, ignore that. Spot Monkey, he'd fit in ECW way better than he'd fit in my WWF right now. Lance Storm, of course. Really like Lance Storm. His Twitter's pretty good, interesting. Perry Saturn's a maybe guy I could sign. There's something there, I think. Raven, definitely want to sign. Definitely see money in. As long as his behavior is good, and he could be bad. And he could cause problems, but I think there's money to be made there. Sabu, if I get RVD, I'll get Sabu. But I don't know, I'm not a fan of the hardcore psychopath style. Shane Douglas, I don't think I'm gonna get him. He's a Pittsburgh guy, which I respect and I like because I'm from Pittsburgh. But his behavior, and he hates the click. So I'm not gonna do that. Stevie Richards, I like to write the censor again thing. But I might do that with Al Snow instead of Stevie, because I think that'd be interesting. But I like Stevie and Raven, and then Taz, Human Podcast Machine himself, I really like it. And I think there's something to be there, but I don't know. Yet to be seen. He's only 30, so we got time. Alright, well that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.